the properties in that they could like kind of burn them inside themselves. This is like they could burn iron to get super strength. It was really cool, and like I've never heard of that concept, even in video games. Like it's pretty unique. And
I just really quickly wanted to tackle like you were saying, it's the only form of originality because as soon as a good book comes out, a studio will pick it up.
Yep.
But the studio is not necessarily picking it up because it's an original story. They're picking it up because it's a proven story.
That's true.
It's proven to be popular in one medium, so they're like, we can transfer this to another medium. And it's not necessarily because they're like, we haven't heard this idea before. It's just because they're like, we know this sells.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Whereas, like, I can imagine there is mountains of scripts that have never been greenlit that are as original as some of the best books.
Yeah, that's true.
But because they're not proven and the studio's not ready to take the chance on it, that they're just like...
And also, like, I'm sure there's thousands of books that are amazing that never get picked up. Like...
It's just that people don't want to take the risk until they know it'll pay off, or like they want to reduce the risk as much as they can.
Yeah. Well, anyway, like so, I think the reason this topic came to me. So he's doing a new series now. It's called Steelheart. I'm really digging it, Govinda. It kind of goes like this. So it's kind of like X-Men.
Elevator pitch. 30 seconds.
Yeah. So an event called the Calamity happens, and it mutates people and gives them superpowers, and they're called epics. They're like these superpowered people.
Yep.
And
superheroes very in right now.
Yeah, but rather than being superheroes, they tear apart the Earth, and they just like they have like powers like mutants, like wildly different from one another, like super strength down to like being ethereal, down to like mind control. But each one of them has a weakness. And that's
like
just
a specific weakness.
You're very specific that'll negate it. Like one that can go ethereal and like pass through walls. Mm-hmm. His weakness is UV lights will make him physical.
Yep.
So things like that. But it's
so only nighttime.
Yeah.
But even then, what if there's a full moon?
He's so powerful. This is a book set in Chicago. It's called New Cargo. He's so powerful that he's shrouded the entire city in perpetual darkness.
Oh yeah. That's pretty powerful.
But yeah, so the cool thing is Steelheart is like, he's basically Superman. He's just like that statuesque, like, and everyone thinks he's going to be this hero, but he just sets up this dominion, and he's got all these like lesser epics under him, and he has like these like secret police to keep everyone in line. But his whole philosophy is like, if there's ever a direct military threat, he will take it on personally. And he's just sort of like this king. And the whole book's about just regular people trying to learn how to fight them with no powers.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking cool. Like, it's so like...
It does sound cool.
It's like guerrilla warfare, like...
What's it called again? Steelheart?
Steelheart. Get it on Audible. Maybe you hang out.
Audiobook?
Yeah, maybe you wait for a little while. We'll sort that out. But I highly recommend it to everyone. And it's just really, like, gripped me. I'm so into it. It's a 3-part series. I'm only, like, 1 book deep.
Yeah, I'm down. How big are the books?
It's, like I said, I'm audiobooking it, so it's 12 hours.
Give me an example, like what's another book that you've read that other people might be aware of?
The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
You would read that.
I think everyone should read that.
How long was that?
I believe that was 60 hours.
60?
Yeah.
Okay, so 12's not too bad.
Yeah, 12's actually quite short.
Yeah.
And in fact, now I see like a 12-hour book and I'm like, is that worth it? Because I only get 1 free token a month. 1 free book a month.
You get a free book a month with Audible?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. I love Audible.
How much do you pay for your Audible?
It's like Netflix. It's like $10 a month. You just get a free book. Just one.
Sweet.
And then you also get discounts on all your others.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, that's really cool.
Cool.
And yeah, of course, obligatory shout out to Lord of the Rings. That was a big one for me. All the Star Wars novels are pretty chill.
Because even like I was reading The Hobbit.
Yep.
I had a quarter of the book left, didn't finish it.
They're from a different time.
Went to read I was reading Scar Tissue. Got to like maybe 2/3 through, didn't finish it.
I read that one, Anthony Kiedis.
I read Tomorrow When the War Began because my teacher made me, but she actually had an audiobook, so a lot of it we just listened to in class.
I loved that series. It was great.
Good shit.
Set in Australia, of course.
Ender's Game, all the Harry Potters. Like, that was the most reading I've ever done was when Harry Potter was coming out.
Harry Potter's actually pretty chill.
They're great books. I love that shit.
The fact they're doing... My problem is with the movies. I don't like the movies.
No, that's understandable. That's because they had to cut so much out.
Yeah.
Especially, I'll never forget like the Goblet of Fire and the actual maze that they're in at the end of the Goblet of Fire movie.
Yeah.
Where is everything?
Like all the encounters and
Yeah,
stuff?
like he's meant to encounter like a giant spider that gives him riddles and shit. And they just completely cut it out.
I guess they have to. Like,
I know, it was disappointing.
that's the problem.
But then they cut a smaller book into like 2 movies at the very end.
Yeah, that's weird.
Come on. It's like the Hobbit being 3 movies.
Oh, that's just fucked up.
Just making up some characters. That'll work.
Shout out to Ready Player One.
I've meant to get that, but again, I should probably just get Audible.
You really should, man, because your drive up here would be so much better with a story. Like, and it's so.
Well,
different.
I'm listening to Serial again, season 2.
Oh, cool.
Start listening to season 2.
Smash that out.
It's interesting.
You could, of course, listen to our own podcast. You know,
I'm not a narcissistic fuck like you.
It's so good to speak and then go back and listen to yourself speak. It's actually pretty chill.
Oh, actually, I'll listen to the last 3 podcasts we did on the way home.
We can move on. I think books are special.
I wish I would read more because I'm not a great reader, and that's almost part of the. It's a catch-22.
I think you read more than you think. You read reviews.
I read a lot, but I mean, like, a lot of the time, this is why I like reading on my iPad because in Apple iBooks or whatever it is, if I get to a word I don't know, if I just touch it, you can go define, and in the app it'll tell you what the word is.
I have a collection of books that I like to keep. I like to keep all like my uni history books, but I'm all iPad now. Like that's where I keep my books.
Yeah, so
shout out to comic books, Comixology. That's fucking dope.
They're too expensive. I need a cheap subscription. Like if it was $5 a month, I'd be way more down. But
I don't think it'll ever happen. But nice.
But I think if they should probably get onto that because otherwise they're gonna probably implode on themselves because no one gives a fuck.
Yeah. IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Best thing ever. Your turn, bro.
So pretty simple question. I was reading The Road. Cormac McCarthy's The Road. It's pretty dark, pretty bleak. They never explain what happened to make the world the way it is.
I like that.
I actually was going to say I really want to go through the book and count how many times he uses the word grey.
Yeah, it's very grey.
I reckon it's over 1,000 by the end of that book.
You haven't seen the movie then, I take it?
No, because I wanted to watch it and I was like, I'm going to read the book first. Yeah. So I hear the book's really good.
The movie's really good too.
And I got me thinking, and then I saw an article that there was some study done by the UN, or by the UN had ordered some study to be done, and they have recommended that the global population turns vegan.
Wow.
Because right now they say the population is going to be nearing 10 billion by 2050.
Weren't we just last week ragging on subcultures that we don't like?
Oh yeah. It's ironic. This is irony at its finest.
It's beautiful.
So they said the world needs to go vegan because with the population growth, the agricultural sector is not sustainable at all.
Yeah, fair enough.
We need to give up all animal products because we just can't do it. Especially with medicine advancing the way it is, like growing a fucking organ from your own cells that your body will never reject because it won't even know that it was not yours to begin with. So conceivably we're going to be living longer, considerably longer. And I just wanted to know what you think the world will be like in 50 years.
In 50 years, so what's that, 2066?
2066. If you want to make it easy, we can just go to 2050.
For the record, we'll probably still be alive.
Yeah, we'll probably still be alive, but we'll be
70s?
Foot in the grave. Yeah.
Do you reckon we'll be still doing this podcast?
Fuck no.
Hopefully we'll have
my voice box will have seized up by then.
I'll have a bionic voice box that actually it mimics Govinda's voice. And
that's what I mean. Like you could lose your voice box, but they'll just be like, "All right, well, pay us a few grand, and we'll build you a voice box from your own cells."
That actually sounds like my kind of future, where I just do this on my own.
But on the inverse, no one's allowed. Childbirth is 100% government regulated.
Well, we don't know that. You don't know that.
I'm just saying, what do you think it's going to be like? No one knows anything about what it's going to be in 50 years.
It's bleak. I think we're in for some bad times.
I think they really, as wild as it is, it might just be time to start looking for somewhere else to live.
That's fair. I think,
it's not inconceivable, too.
Since the Second World War, with the exception of, I think it's the Korean War, Vietnam, the 70s, there was a rough time, like the Cuban Missile Crisis. we've pretty much lived in a very peaceful time. And this is, of course, disregarding the Afghanistan war that's gone on for a decade. But that's...
Longer, but
it's not a hot war, as they say.
15 years.
Yeah, it's not a full engagement kind of thing.
No, and it's not... It's not like
they've lost what?
They've lost... I think America's lost 6,000 troops.
In a decade.
In 15 years, as opposed to...
Considering there were days in World War One where they'd lose 80,000 in a day.
Yeah. So
one day.
It's not that mass scale war.
Yeah.
But I'm also talking about tomorrow when the war began. This is really interesting because we're just talking about books now.
It's actually I think we do better without people.
Australia, if you don't know, everyone lives on the coast. I think 80% of the population lives within 100 kilometers of a coastline.
Yep.
So there's a lot of pretty open space in the center of Australia, and I've always thought that if there was going to be an invasion anywhere, it was going to be China invading Australia.
Or a larger country that has even India, someone that has needs more room.
Too many people, not enough space. Australia is prime for targeting.
To be fair, and I think the stats, it's 1 Australian for every 25 square kilometers of land we have.
Yeah, which is absurd.
It's obscene. It's obscene.
But it's also no one really gets how uninhabitable the center of Australia is.
Well, that's the other thing. It's completely uninhabitable.
You can kind of just have it, in my opinion, if you want it.
Yeah, if you want to fucking die out there in the Badlands. That's why the film Mad Max is set in Australia. But I don't know. I think that's a possibility. The whole, invasion of Australia. Because again, when people start to get desperate, and we're a very lucky country, plenty of natural resources. If worse comes to worse, we could probably live on kangaroos for a long time.
Not that long.
There's
kangaroos, but there's...
We're also a very small country, which is both a hindrance and a help. There's only 25 million of us.
Oh, there'd be more now. I'd probably pushing 28.
Yeah,
29.
So that's
But base America's 100 or 250 million or something.
It's more like 350, I think.
Yeah. So look, it's almost the same amount of space, maybe a little less.
Oh, no. America's way bigger than Australia. It's very deceiving. America's way, way bigger. I'll continue.
You continue. With technology advancing the way it is, because just let's not forget that the iPhone came out in, I think it was 2001. The first
was
one.
it? I thought it was 2005.
It might have even been late, 2001. I graduated, I went overseas, I bought a phone. 2007.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So the first iPhone came out in 2007, and if you look at it now, it was fucking hot straight trash.
Yeah.
So in 12 years... Oh, I can't do maths. In 9 years, look how far it's come.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. Even everything, so much about society.
We've got virtual reality, which seemed like a fake sci-fi thing, is a thing.
It's on our doorstep.
It's here.
We don't own it, but we can own it.
HTC Vive.
Yeah, that's out.
Is on sale.
It's amazing.
And so's Oculus.
It's pretty interesting.
We've got people. 3D printing is another crazy thing.
Yeah, that's a sci-fi concept.
There's 3D printers that do food.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's getting into a pretty gnarly time. So imagine in technology in 50 years, I'm not even kidding, shit's gonna get real. AI.
I think they'll steer away from that.
I hope they do. I think Stephen Hawking's even said something this is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's certainly something.
There's been enough movies that show AI as terrible that people...
Hopefully they'll get the hint.
Terminator, Ex Machina.
Just leave it alone. I don't know. I don't even think about, the bad stuff. I just try and think of, where society will be. Hopefully we're a lot closer. Maybe we can... I think the internet's... it's something I've always considered, and I've never really, even put it into words. Why is it that people believe...
So I'm just showing Khayl a map of Australia over the USA and how closely sized they are.
I don't know if that's accurate.
I'm pretty sure it is, dude.
I feel like I could just get a picture of America and superimpose it on Australia and it would look like that.
That's another one.
I'm not wearing my glasses. I can't even see it.